I took this backpack with me on a week's travel to Wales. I will go through everything you need to know to decide whether this backpack is right for you. This is a new backpack from Pakt. This is their Aero travel backpack 35 litre. In this review, we will of course have got you covered. We're going to go through the summary. We'll go through all the features. We'll pack out this bag so we can get into it. We'll do a wee airline test, fit check, comfortability, see how it feels on the female body. We'll do a water test and then run through some pros and cons. And of course, as always, if there is anything that we have missed that you'd like to know, then just pop us a comment below and be sure to get back to you. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So this is priced at £196. You've got 50 by 30 by 24 in centimeters. When it is in Pakt, it is a weight of 2.3 pounds. It is made with 750D polyester yarn, laid with that diamond grid pattern, so you can see on the front here, and it just works for that water weather resistance. The colors you can currently get it in are the Cypress, black or Mojave. In terms of the shape and style, this is a fully packed out. As mentioned, I have taken it away with me for a trip to Wales. I packed that out slightly different to what I've packed it out today. I've packed it again just to kind of show you what you can get into it at a kind of closer overlay. I will also show you the pack-in from when I packed it from Wales, and that's kind of like in a short form, I believe. I can't remember how I filmed it, but I'll definitely show you what I packed into that. The shape of it, like you can see, it does sit up by itself, but I don't know if you can see that it's kind of like on a slope. I guess just depending on the weight distribution and what you've got in there, but it does sit up by itself, so that's a plus for that. It has that really nice flexibility with the material and the kind of water weather just means it's great for that water weather resistance and also for that easy clean kind of style material. Style wise, now you'll be able to see it on my back for a bit of reference. I think if you are a little bit smaller than 5'6", this could actually still feel a little bit overwhelming, even for a 35 litre. You'll be able to judge it a bit better when you see it on the fit check. But see the overall style, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. It's right up my alley in terms of like a travel backpack and not being too overly flashy. And also like the color options, quite minimal to the point. This is quite seasonal, so I enjoy the kind of green color as well. If you want to be a little bit more subtle, then maybe go for the black. The only thing I will say, and we'll probably get into a bit for the cons, is that I noticed with this kind of material, I don't know if it'll pick it up. Maybe it's just on like the brighter colors that the material itself is kind of, the colors kind of fading. So Pakt do offer long-term warranty, 30-day returns and international shipping. Be sure to go over to their website to check out more on that. Sorry, this is where I interrupt and just say, if you do happen to have a wee gander on the website of the products we are reviewing, then we would be so grateful if you could use our links below. This is no extra cost to you and it just helps us as a team and growing our channel. What's that? Oh, you would like me to introduce you to the team so you can see who you're helping out? No bother, let's go. First up, we have our editor, Orla, our outreach manager, Orla. Oh, there is our script writer, she's shy. She's called Orla. Then we have this sexy lady for thumbnails. The main star of our reviews is the reviewer herself, Orla. And last but not least, the woman who does it all. Her name is kind of like Lorla, but it's Orla. So don't forget to click that first link to purchase your item. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So starting off externally here, we have some branding on the front. It's really subtle. I love this about Pakt, is that they keep it quite minimal. It means then it is not too overly flashy, especially for a travel backpack. So you do have some external loopholes. You've got one here down at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the sides, at the top, you've got a well-cushioned kind of top grabbing handle in comparison to the one at the bottom, which doesn't have as much padding, but there is a way of kind of grabbing that and maneuvering that a bit better if you are pulling it from smaller spaces. Then here you've got like a dual grabbing kind of handle. If you did want to carry this by your side, then you could do so. I would have preferred the kind of padding that they have on here implemented here, just because this is a little bit too sore to hold when you are packing up the backpack to the max. You want something a little bit more comfortable and sturdy, especially if you are carrying it by your side like that. but that is there, and then one at the bottom as mentioned. So from that side is just your handles, and then on this side is where you will have your water bottle compartment. So you have a little bit of a stretch and then some mesh here, which you will see. Then like beside here is where you will find, so as we spoke about earlier, with some external straps. If you did want to, you wanted to secure in your tripod or your water bottle a bit better, then you could go ahead and implement that. You can of course try and, you know, get that out and maneuver that a bit if you wish, but otherwise that just tucks away the side beside your water bottle compartment, and then it just means that if you're not interested in that, then they're just tucked away neatly, just depending on what you use your straps for. This gives you a little bit of a range to do that. Really easy to use and easy to stow away. When I tested this out, I did not use the straps, but that might be handy enough for you. And then you'll find the same on the other side. I'm not going to bore you with all of them, but they're in there. Say you did attach these here and you wanted to implement your barbell pad, a sleeping bag, then you could go ahead and do that. Just being aware that you'll probably limit your access to your handles on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going back to this, you've got not a drainage hole or anything. This is like a mesh style. It's quite like a rough and ready actually. Then you've got all the space. It is that easy clean material, so even if you did spill, 750 ml. Just being careful. Obviously you'll be able to see this a bit better whenever it is fully packed, but you could probably go a little bit bigger if you're unpacking this bag out completely. So that's the sides, like that. You've got the two top handles. So going into the first pocket here, it is covered by a little flap. You've got custom colors throughout, a little pop of color. Easy clean style material. That little moon shape style. The zips aren't coated here. The only zip that is coated is this one, which we'll get into in a second. Pulling this across, this is where you'll find a little bit of organization. You've got a mesh pocket here, really durable. A little bit of branding. Is a smaller pocket, top kind of style pocket. This is good for like tech if you wanted to keep something small in there. Like say you had a Nintendo. Actually that's a bit too big, a bit too big to kind of get that clasp. But it's somewhere where you can place the keys. The key tether is here. It is onto a little loop, so you could remove that if you wish and place it elsewhere. But yeah, that's that little pocket. Going into this one, slightly bigger than that one. This is going to feed you into the kind of other section, which we'll be able to see a bit better. But if you wanted to come from here, then you can do so. This is not the best for showing you right now, so that's one pocket, one way of getting in. But the best way for me to show you this is going into the meat of it. This is your coated zip, double zip, and then you've got this lovely opening. So this is what I was trying to show you. So if you come from here, that will lead you into this. What they've done is implemented loopholes. If you got their packing cubes, then you can add on packing cubes yourself if you wish, or just pack up the space. I found I just pack up the space. That's just my preference, but I do believe packing cubes actually give you more in terms of actually packing to the max. Then this little pocket is a wee mesh pocket, really durable. Then on this side you've got this little compartment. Okay, so space in there. It's interesting, right? Because there's ways of accessing kind of near enough every angle here. Let me just start with this pocket. A little bit of mesh at the top, thick pad in here, and a false bottom. Before the sleeve, about 15, runs up till just past 17, but then you have to like curve it over, which I'll show you in a sec. Then across about 9.5, 24 centimeters. This is a 2017 15-inch MacBook Pro. You've got 14 by 9.5. If you have a bigger one, then you just kind of curve it around, okay? So you might be able to go definitely a bit bigger with this kind of compartment here. Then on this side, I've already stained it a little bit. As mentioned, I have used it. I don't actually know what that is. I feel like it's moisturizer. And then just space, okay, in here. So just being aware that if you do put your laptop in there and you're compressing that down, what you've got in, and if you really want to pad up your laptop as well. But there is sufficient padding on that. Then in here, it's like a little secret pocket, handy enough. You would have to come from the back pocket to get that. So let me show you this. If you did have bigger laptops, you could place that in the back here. Obviously you won't have like a false bottom with that. But that is an option as well for that space. Or you just kind of pack that up and then grab what you need from the back instead of opening up the main compartment. It's just going to be down to you and kind of how you pack your own bags. But this just gives you a range and options to come from lots of different angles for yourself and for on the go. Now closing this, we're getting into the back system here. So what we have is two fairly thin straps, not overly thick and wide here, but some padding on the straps here. Doesn't run right up to the top. This is not overly cushioned. It's not like that mesh. Ooh. Kind of feel it's quite rough and sturdy. You've got one loophole and another one on here with a little bit of branding, depending on how you shine it there. Then you've got a removable and adjustable sternum strap, so you can just take them out, put it through the loophole and place it however you wish to fit it. And you wanted to feed these through here, then you could do that and have a little bit of stowage for the straps themselves. Seatbelt material, no kind of like thumb puller here, but it runs fairly smooth. You'll be able to see a bit better on the fit check. So you can stow those straps away if you wish. Then through here is your luggage pass through. Then on the back, it's just really sturdy. Ooh, is the only way to describe it, kind of back system. Little moments throughout. It's nice on the back, it's not too bad. It actually helps like create some sort of posture for yourself. Then moving on to the bottom, you can remove this hip belt if you wish, but it is just a wee seatbelt material. Clippable close, you've got your dangle stoppers, and you can adjust that as you please. And if you don't fancy it, then you can completely remove it and probably stow it well within the backpack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tops, and then like a longer sleeve jumper, extra pairs of socks, gym top, gym kind of style jacket, 2 pairs of chargers, be able to fit in all that, like sliders. I've got some like wash stuff, like face, deodorant, spray, body wash, shaving foam. I should have probably put that all in the bag. Shaver, toothbrush, toothpaste, amber doodle, tripod I'll leave out, hairbrush I'll leave out because I need it for the morning. These shoes I need, jacket, some sunnies. I'll take these off for the minute. We definitely need them. But this jacket I'll take with me, the nomadic one. Luckily I'm driving via car. Right, what I'm going to do is start packing it. Although I have packed it for, how long did I go for? Near enough a week away. I just want to pack it a bit more so you can see it kind of up close, especially with electronics, because I did not take much for that. 1 pair of jeans, top to match, a pair of leggings, a jumper, a fairly light one, pants, underwear, bralettes and socks, another thin top, jumper, makeup bag. I'm gonna bring the sling, another pair of trousers, another pair of leggings, 1, 2 tops, a hairbrush in here, hair mask, laptop, passport. This packing cube for reference, 31 by 23 by 8. I'm gonna show you, put that in there, some charger, a hoodie. Then these pockets do become a little bit tight. Keys, do you know what I mean? Like this, I would just set my keys there. This becomes a little bit too tight. That's my purse going in there. Perfume, phone, get my AirPods in this little pocket, power bank and cable. Then for this pocket, I could fit my DS there and some spray. Show you that 750ml, which fits in snug now. Secure it in a bit better. You could do that. That is 9 kg with all that packed in there. Okay, time for we fit check comfortability and see how this feels on the female body. The sternum strap itself could have done with just a little bit more material. Obviously the higher you go, it's a bit better, but I like it here. If I go a little bit higher, yeah, just slightly a bit more, just for those who are a bit broader here. I like the back padding, I really do. But see, when you are packing this up for a trip away and it is heavy, like 9 kg on your back for long periods of time, just this is something that you will have to probably implement, which is a hip belt. I just would have preferred a bit more to this because I just don't feel supported in that. It sits a bit too low for me. I would have preferred that round, kind of been able to like put that around my waist. So I think that when you start implementing like load lifters, then that becomes a little bit of a better fit, because then I could pull that in and then that takes the weight off my back and it doesn't feel like my back is breaking. Otherwise I just feel like ooh, and the hip belt doesn't really, or waist or whatever, wherever you're freaking putting it, doesn't feel as beneficial. Like this is where it is down on me, okay? And I just don't feel as supported here. And it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't help. The back system, as mentioned, is lovely. It's just these straps, like they're just digging. There's like not enough cushion to them. It doesn't feel comfortable. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this weight on my back. I can feel like my back is breaking. Obviously if you go lighter, it just depends on what you're gonna have in there, then it'll probably feel a little bit more comfortable. But I'm trying to show you it to the max for those who want to pack this up fully and are looking to kind of carry it about. This is a lot of weight to have on your back without the correct support. So that is just something to note. I feel like load lifters would really help, and with a kind of maybe a waist belt, that would help a lot for kind of structuring this in a bit more, especially for me and my body. That might differ to a male's body, I'm unsure, but I just think, yeah, a little bit more thought would have been nice. If you are wearing a bigger jacket, you don't feel the straps as much, but even like just standing here and twirling around, it's not the comfiest, which is a shame. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of a idea and reference as to what it looks like on my body. I have a funny feeling when it is this packed out, it ain't gonna go in nicely. No. I'll tell you for why. It's literally about to break the box, because I need to see what's occurring. Nah. Oh my god, no. So for EasyJet, for a carry-on, hold on, wait, I'll just get back to you in a little bit. Whew. For EasyJet, for a carry-on, it's these front pockets. So because that goes out till about, let me see, yeah, it goes out till about 28. So depending, if you have like this all gone and you're keeping just till about here, which is about 22, like these ones, then you should be grand for that flexibility of shoving it in. But once you start packing out this front pocket, it makes it less able to kind of go into that box. You can of course go ahead and try and shove it in. Your best bet is probably when you arrive to checking it or going up to the, what do you call them, onto the plane, and your woman says fit that into the box. Your best bet is probably taking out what you have in these front pockets, holding them, shoving this into the box, and then being on your way. Otherwise, yeah, it's a little bit too thick. I think the length's grand. If I have any comments in post when I'm editing this regarding the kind of airline test, and I will pop it up here. So for a water test, this is absolutely grand. The only zip that is coded is that middle one. So just being aware of the other zips, but whenever you get into them, they have like little flaps before you get into like the main compartment, so that will help with the water weather resistance. Okay, time for some pros and cons. So one of the things I like about this backpack in comparison to their other travel backpack that I have tested out over on the channel, if that's something that you're interested in, then definitely highly recommend going and checking that out, is that my hair, my dog's hair, dust and everything does not cling to this kind of material, so an absolute bonus for that. It does have lighter material with a good balance of features, and as mentioned, I do love the color options, more so because it is neutral and not overly flashy, and that's something that you want with the travel backpack. Now getting into the cons. First con, because I don't want to forget it, is that if you are packing this out and you want to try and stow those straps away, it is very, very, very tight. I started packing this bag and I had one of the straps tucked in behind, and getting it out was an effort. So just something to be aware of if you do pack it out and you're thinking, oh well, I'll just stow my straps away. It's a little bit. The material itself, as you would have seen, just some moments is already fading. The straps are not for me. Definitely need more comfort or even load lifters. I feel like the hip belt would have needed more thought just to add to that kind of comfort and the back system in itself. And I personally just prefer a laptop compartment to be on the outside. Whilst you still are able to get in there fairly easily, that's just my preference. The last kind of point is that I find that it wasn't really suited for me in terms of being an overpacker. But then on the pro side of that is that it helped me keep quite minimal and packing only the essentials. So I think for me, I adore the overall look of this bag. Its organization is great. The overall design is fantastic. It's just not something that I enjoyed having on my back for long periods of time. It was easy to pack and put into the car, but I was just kind of glad to get it off my back, which is kind of a shame because I can see that this backpack has so much potential and so many pros for it. But I do find with Pakt's backpacks, for me personally anyways, with the whole back system and the straps, it's just something where it is kind of letting it down. With the rest of the design for this backpack, I'm like, oh yeah, works well. But when it comes to the back system and that overall comfortability, it just brings it down a little bit for me. So that is the end of our review. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. I'm definitely intrigued to know your pros and cons to this backpack, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Let me know below. I love reading your comments, your opinions down there, so it's great to just have a wee conversation. If you do happen to have a wee gander over on their website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any other bags, then I would be forever grateful, forever, if you could use our links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.